So what's up, guys? It's me here. In today's video, we're diving deep into Apple's latest launch, the iPhone 17 lineup, and why its release has triggered a $50 billion drop in market value. What does this mean for Apple's future? Let's break it down. Okay, so imagine this. You've waited months, nay years, for the latest iPhone, the iPhone 17. All eyes were on Apple for the big reveal. They dropped the new lineup, but instead of the usual excitement, there's a collective shrug. What gives? Why isn't everyone going crazy? More importantly, why did this result in a $50 billion hit to Apple's bottom line? And that's the big question. And before we move on, alright, let's talk numbers. Apple's market value plummeted by a whopping $49.3 billion in one day. That's a pretty penny and a sign that investors aren't exactly thrilled with the status quo. Apple's been synonymous with innovation, design, and premium products. But this time around, the iPhone 17 series, there's a palpable sense of déjà vu. The new phones are an incremental upgrade from last year's models. And while they do have some cool features, they're not exactly the breakthrough innovation that Apple's known for. Don't get me wrong, the new iPhones are far from bad. They're actually quite solid. But in the grand scheme of Apple's history, they're more of an evolution rather than a revolution. Think back to the original iPhone in 2007. That was a game changer. It didn't just redefine smartphones. It created a whole new category. Or how about the iPhone X in 2017? The notch might be a love-hate relationship, but it was a bold move that pushed smartphone design forward. The iPhone 17, while nice, doesn't carry that same level of groundbreaking innovation. So here's the million-dollar question. Is this just a blip on the radar, or a symptom of a larger issue? Is Apple losing its touch when it comes to innovation? When a company relies on a mature product like the iPhone for a significant chunk of its revenue, it's a balancing act. On one hand, you want to keep innovating and pushing the boundaries. On the other, you need to ensure that your core products remain competitive without disrupting the very thing that makes them successful. This isn't the first time Apple's faced this dilemma. Remember the iPod? It was huge, but as the market evolved, so did customer preferences. Apple's ability to adapt and diversify its product lineup helped it weather that storm. But the question is, can they pull off the same magic twice? Look, Apple isn't standing still. They're investing in areas like augmented reality, smart wearables, and who knows what else. But the challenge is staying ahead of the curve. The smartphone market is maturing, growth is slowing down, and competition is fierce. Can Apple's new innovations fill the void left by the iPhone's inevitable decline? Or will they face an uphill battle trying to replicate the past? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I personally believe that Apple's strength has always been its ecosystem. As long as they continue to innovate across their product lines, they should be able to maintain their position at the top. But let's take a step back and appreciate what Apple's done over the years. They've created products that seamlessly integrate, creating an experience that's greater than the sum of its parts. If they can leverage that ecosystem and push the boundaries of what's possible, I think they'll continue to thrive. That being said, the pressure is on. The market is evolving and customers are changing. The next few years will be pivotal for Apple. Their ability to adapt, innovate, and stay ahead of the curve will determine whether they can maintain their dominance, or if they will be left behind. As for the iPhone 17, well, it's a solid product, but it's not the kind of breakthrough that will rewrite the rules. Maybe next year's iPhone will be the game changer we're all waiting for. Who knows? But for now, the market's spoken, and Apple's got some work to do. So what do you think? Is Apple's best innovation behind it? Or can they surprise us once again? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And on that note, it's time to wrap things up. Thank you for joining me on this journey through tech's latest twists and turns. If you've enjoyed our time together as much as I've enjoyed bringing you these videos, show your support. And I can't wait to catch you in the next one. Till then, stay curious, stay updated, and most importantly, stay awesome. Alright, that's a wrap. Thanks for tuning in. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more tech insights. And hey, if you're still hungry for more, we've got a full playlist of tech news waiting just for you.